let's see.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's a onesie day.
I never got a kiss from you.
Oh.
You have to delete everything.
DJ Red Alert. Okay, so this is gonna go all the way over here. Oh my god. Okay.
I wanted to touch the board.
One baby napkin, babe. One baby napkin. What the fuck?
Okay, hold on. Because your coffee is still... Yeah, you still got issues. What's so funny?
You ain't gotta say my coffee has issues.
Well, something got issues. Damn, the pen is fucked off. The pen is not gonna work.
Oh. Well, I don't like this pen anyway, so.
Damn, straight like that.
Okay. We had a coffee spillage. Man down, coffee spillage. Man down. Shall we? Okay, kids. I'm sorry, it's cold today, so I need my coffee.
You spilled it on the table.
Wait. We're recording and kissing at the same time.
Oh yeah, I love kissing my wife. I don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about. I like my wife. If you don't like your wife, well, then throw her in the garbage and get a new one. Cause
Hold while I chew this coffee.
You're a motherfucking problem. You married the stinking bitch, but you don't like her.
Whoa. Whoa.
I don't be understanding that.
Can we welcome people to the show, please?
Oh yeah, well, but you're not even recording.
I am recording. I'm recording this whole thing. Oh my god.
Oh, it's recording on,
yes,
recording on there, but not on
both. They're recording on both.
Oh. Well,
oh Lord.
Well, welcome back. But remember, if you don't like your wife, you married that raggedy mother.
This is what I live with.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I married this raggedy mother. Oh my gosh. Okay, welcome back to the 5K podcast.
Oh, do you have music? Oh, no. You ain't gotta do it.
We're not gonna do the music because I can't hear it on the.
Oh, I get it. I understand.
On YouTube.
Yeah,
He wants the music.
I just thought it was funny. I mean, we had a long
one. Maybe when we record like an intro.
Yeah.
That we could put on both the audio and the video. Then you'll get your music. Okay.
Bam.
That was a one-time thing because I didn't like it. It was like. Sound like a rock song.
Yeah, we're
like a.
We need some Luke-based music.
Yeah, it sounds like Journey or something.
We get some Bootsy. Who keeps calling them Bootsy? I don't know.
Bootsy?
Yeah, his name is Bootsy.
With a T.
No, you just say it like that. It's Bootsy. Because Bootsy.
How's it spelled?
Because Bootsy is Bootsy Collins. And he doesn't want you to confuse Bootsy Collins with Bootsy Badass. But even I just said it wrong.
How?
My goodness.
I don't know either one, so.
You don't know Bootsy Collins? Damn.
Did he look like... Is that the guy that looks like Jimi Hendrix?
I don't know what he looks like.
But he's not Jimmy.
I don't know what he looks like. I just know... If you got parents that grew up in the 70s, you probably know who Bootsy is.
I probably heard it, but I probably don't know.
Bootsy Collins.
That you know how you hear things, but you don't know that was that person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my dad had a 45 or some shit.
We are just... I like how the other episode you complained about people just talking and going on a tangent. We do it every episode. Oh, God. Oh my God! Welcome to the 5K podcast.
No, actually, sometimes some people go on a tangent. That'd be the whole episode.
That's like left of what.
It'd be the whole episode.
Because I feel like we do a good way of like segueing into. We segue very well into whatever we're talking about into our topic. So.
I'm sorry. Who was that? 45 minutes. I was on a daggone podcast. 45 minutes. Then they start to get into the conversation. I was already finished with the whole day.
And sometimes it's like 45 minutes of what did you eat for lunch? How was your weekend? What did you do this week? And then it's like, we're going to talk about breakups. It's like, wait, what? Why are we talking about the steakhouse that you went to a couple days ago?
You started with this, and now you're just like, so financial planning. You're just like,
yeah, like it's like that's unrelated.
You just got real serious real quick. Yeah. What happened? You should have just laid in with the seriousness. What were you gonna say?
So it kind of us complaining about that kind of goes along with our topic because we are talking about people that love. Complain so much that it seems like they love complaining. I don't know if you guys know somebody like that. Maybe you are that person and you don't even know.
I'm sorry.
I apologize if you're triggered by this episode, but yeah, I think some people love the process of complaining. Like, case in point, it is rainy and cold in Southern California right now. Winter has not left, even though spring has started. And do I complain about the weather and how wet and cold it is? Yes. But I don't love complaining. I may complain like, dang, it's cold right now. I got a onesie on. I'm rocking a onesie this episode. But I complain 5-6 seconds. Done. Some people, every time you talk to them, they're complaining about the same thing that they were complaining about last month when you talked to them, or 2 weeks ago when you talked to them. And it gets to a point where it's like, okay, do you just want to hear yourself complain? Do you just want to hear yourself complain and then I suggest things that you're never going to do? Or do you just want to hear yourself complain and never find a solution and just be a broken record? Because I feel like those types of people just never take any action about what they're complaining about. Like how you're talking about, you must like your wife, you married her, but then you're complaining about your wife all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is a thing called divorce. There is a thing called separation. I mean, get away from the bitch. Like, shit. Like, if she's ruining your day so much to where you can't go home, you want to go out with the boys, you never want to come home from the studio, the club, the whatever. Maybe not live with the person. I mean, to me, that's a solution.
Did you hear that TikTok that I was listening to?
Oh, no.
Okay, the lady is a radio...
personality?
Yeah. I was about to say a VJ, but that's a whole different thing. But anyway, she has a segment where, you call in and you say, you tell a crazy story about yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So this man calls in and he was like, yeah, I was dating this girl and, we're out. We just came from a dinner or whatever. And as we were leaving, I got into a car accident, which is whatever. Mm-hmm. So the cops are called to do a report. Well, in the report, she didn't want my name involved in the report. But then he was like, hold on, let me back up. When I say I got into a car accident, it was we got into a car accident. We were in her vehicle. So she had to do the report because it was in her vehicle. But the parties involved were going to be involved on the daggone police report. That's how police officers do things.
Right. You want to know all the passengers and all that stuff.
Yeah, they say this person was in this car that got hit by these two people and this, whatever the case may be. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got, But anyway, she didn't want to put the guy on the daggone police report. Why? Because she was married.
Oh.
So.
Oh, okay.
If you don't like your spouse, just get a divorce. Yeah. Why do you have a whole side piece? Like I never understood that. If I always thought to myself, if I'm gonna date a whole bunch of people, I'm gonna
Yeah.
just date a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, like no one has. I don't have the energy for that.
I'm not gonna marry somebody, complain about them, and then go date 3 or 4 people. If you really want to date 3 or 4 people, just go do that.
Yeah.
I think if you tell the other 3 women, hey, I'm dating 3 other people. The chick that you're talking to, telling that to, will probably be like, okay, cool. I know how to move around you. I know how to either touch you or not touch you. Because you messing with 3 other females. Ooh. So I don't know where they been. So it'll be up to her to deal with you or not. But at least you were honest with her.
Yeah.
I
don't
get that.
First of all, with relationships and complaining, I feel like every relationship has issues and it takes work or whatever. But I really feel like nothing really lasts more than a day or more than a few hours, you know. Mm-hmm. So, or I will complain, you know, maybe to friends, you know, that have significant others or people or men that they live with, you know, and just like habits of their spouses, you know. Like, like this guy, he has like 10 different cups right here.
Oh, God.
Okay. But I don't complain about it. Like, I just think it's funny that you use a different cup for depending on what beverage you're drinking. So you got a coffee mug.
Yeah.
You got the water cup.
Yeah.
You got the liquor, you know, highball
situation
looking glass or shot glass.
Yeah.
Then you got the juice plastic cup because, you know, juice is drank out of a plastic cup for some reason as opposed to glass. So it's just, you know, it's not, I don't feel like that's complaining or it doesn't carry on for a long period of time. But there's some people that complain about their job.
I mean, juice does belong in a solo cup. No, go ahead.
Stop. No. Not the solo cup.
Whether it's red, blue, purple.
Oh, we got the pastel joints.
Oh, see, now you got the pastel colors. See,
pastel. Easter's coming. Apparently not in Southern California because it's freaking raining. Winter's still here. Sorry.
I didn't even know
Sidebar.
I didn't even know our yard can develop puddles.
Yeah, we got some bird bath puddles over there.
I didn't even know our thing was sloped like that. But no, go ahead.
No, so some people complain, and then some people complain about their jobs, right? Like they'll complain and complain and complain about, oh, I hate this job, all this. There are other people hiring, you know? Or my boss is this, then leave. Like if you don't have a backup plan or you just leave at the drop of a hat, okay, good for you. But then like you complain about you didn't like the job because of X, Y, and Z. Then you out of nowhere quit the job without a plan B, backup job. And then you're complaining that you don't have a job. I mean, I don't, are we in the Twilight Zone? Like, I don't understand like why you would do that. Or, ooh, here's a really good complaint that is specific to San Diego. People that make the plan to move out here and then get out here and then are mad that it's expensive.
Oh my God.
I don't know anyone in the country that does not know that California in general is expensive, let alone San Diego.
But that's specific to people that are in the Midwest region. Everybody on the other side of the Mississippi, for some reason, we just gonna cut it down. Mississippi, all of the states on that side. Everybody that is on that side of Mississippi that moves over to California, they come over here with the exception of people that actually come from New York City. Everybody else, they come over here, oh, it's so expensive. You moved from Charleston, South Carolina, where the rent is $2.75. Yes, it's expensive in California.
Yeah.
You come here and you like, an efficiency, $1,600.
Yeah.
Yeah, but first of all, and you know another thing people do? which pisses me off with the complaining.
What?
They'll move from a place like that where it's really, really cheap, but then they'll move to Mission Valley / Fashion Valley.
Oh God.
What's the other one? Imperial Beach.
Yeah.
Mission Beach.
Yeah, or like Claremont or something.
What you?
Something near the water. Oh, I want to be near the beach.
Or
that's expensive.
Or Del Mar.
Yeah, water costs money.
You want to move to Del Mar. You get out there, then you complain. Oh, well, I want to move to Del because it's so beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
They pay a lot of money to live there.
It's VIP.
Yes.
That's VIP section of Southern California.
It's
if
VIP
you were near if you can go, if you can take the streets to the water from that place, that's a VIP section of Southern California, and you don't need to live there if you're used to paying $500 for a 2-bedroom or $800 for a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The number one way. Here's a pro tip, and trust me, I've never lived anywhere outside of California. Check on the price of gas, check on the price of milk, and check on the price of eggs. If those 3 things are higher than what you can afford now, and then you look at what it is in the place that you're trying to go, most likely those 3 things, if it's too high, you don't need to live there. You can't afford it. If you can't afford those 3 things at the price that they are, most likely living there is going to be expensive. Period.
Oh, here's another thing that people don't realize that tripped me out that I found out. If the gas fluctuates between what? $4.50 to $5, right? If you find an area where the gas is $4.50, which is on the low end, chances are it's an expensive area. But if the gas is $5, chances are it's the ghetto.
Ooh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't. That it's
the more you know.
It's very strange how
it's deceiving.
It's very strange how they. What? Oh well, this is the ghetto, but they tax the dog crap out of ghetto, out of people in the ghetto. When it comes to gas,
yeah,
it's kind of like they charge you more for gas because they don't want you to leave.
Oh,
that's how I took it. That's how I took it by viewing that because I'm
or
everywhere.
not only that. I mean, I would think more people are using public transportation too, in that area. So it's like we gotta hike up our prices because we're not getting as many customers as a more expensive area. You know what I mean? Like less people have cars in this region versus the more expensive region. Is that possible?
I mean, I
just confused myself a little bit.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying,
okay.
But I would tax the rich people more or the more wealthy more, in my opinion, because these people are the ones that got the cars that have premium only gas.
True.
These people drive those cars.
True.
So I'm charging you more because you got the money to do that. Like, what?
Man, what's another complaint? That people have.
Here's one.
You got one?
Or here's 2 of them, but
hit me.
I don't really care. I'm gonna just come out and say it. Oh, no. You know what aunt I'm talking about. Okay. I don't have to say her name.
Okay, don't say the name.
But my aunt complains about my other aunt living with her. And first of all, you let the broad live with you. You could kick her out. You could, because that's your house at the end of the day.
Right.
No matter who's on the name is on the whatever the house. If your name is not on the house, whatever, you still live there. It's still your residence.
True.
So you could kick the other person out because she doesn't live there. You know what I mean? But you're
call the police on her.
Yeah, but you're saying she's doing all this stuff, but you don't ever get rid of her. It's kind of like at this point you just like to complain about your older sister.
Yeah, because I mean,
you could tell the mug to leave, and my mom will say, hey, so-and-so, you need to tell our sister to get the hell out.
Yeah.
No.
Like, I don't, like,
She doesn't.
Yeah, it's like at that point, you don't even want to answer that person's call, first of all. And knowing the history, those two have never got along in the first place. So you're over here mad that this person is in your house, yet you've never had a good, 100% good relationship with them. Always have butted heads with this person. So kick them out. Like, I don't like that. It's like you're just victimizing yourself when it gets to the point where no one wants to hear about it. Because if you're not going to take action, then stop fucking complaining. Like, just stop. You're choosing your situation. So don't complain to me that your situation is bad, yet you don't make any choices to change it.
Right.
And I give you solutions to change it. Like, your mom's giving her solutions. Like, do this, do that. And it's just a constant, the same old broken record. It's like, you must love having that person there. You must love having that person ruin your life, because why wouldn't you take action to change it?
And me and her, already had to deal with her son.
Whew.
So we kind of see where that comes from.
Oh,
you just like complaining about your situation, but you don't want to ever deal with it. You just want to complain about it. But when somebody gives you money to take care of your situation, to rectify the situation, you just
like when you give and it's kind of heartbreaking, because it's like you give that person advice. In our situation, we gave your cousin advice. We gave them tips. We gave them transportation money, rides, information. Food. Food was in the house. Was here. Like, hey, you're hungry. Eat. Like, we were giving them a support system, and it's like, we're giving you a support system because you're saying you're mad about your job situation and not having money, and you got to make money, and you got to do this, and it's like you found every excuse not to the point where one excuse was so minuscule. I was just like, for real? And even the person who was hiring him said, that's fine, just come in. It was shoes. Oh, I don't have any black shoes. And the person who was hiring him said, that's fine, just come in. You said you needed work. Just come in. I'll let the person know who's at the facility. I'll let them know that you just don't have shoes because you just got hired today.
Yeah.
Still didn't want to go. I offered to give them, I don't have money for gas. Okay, I'll give you a ride. Nah, that just sounds like, like, what? I mean, are we not complaining about money? Are we not complaining about how expensive California is? But yet you're going to say no because of some shoes, bro?
And that was when COVID was going on. So it was at the back end of COVID. So people are starting to pick back up.
Yeah.
So there was a massive amount of jobs.
So many.
I mean, you could go out here at that point. You could go out here, get a job for 2 weeks, quit, and get another one. And they would literally pick you up because these people needed workers. And it's kind of still like that in San Diego. I mean, it's slowed down a little bit, but you could still go out here, get a job, quit it, and get another one really quickly because people still need workers.
Yeah, like there's a shortage of workers, and it doesn't. And then I just thought of something. Another thing that, because I remember going to Walmart with your cousin and Corey, our daughter, going to Walmart to get him shoes, and he still never went to that job because the next excuse was, I don't want the government all over my business. Yet you signed up to be in the service.
Yeah, you were in the army.
In the military. Just me saying that sentence, it's like, I don't want the government in my business, but I'm going to join the military. Like, what? The government's been in your business since you joined the military. I'm sorry. Like, they got you on a list, bro.
Like,
too late.
Like,
do you have a social security number? They're in your business.
That probably was the craziest statement. That's actually the craziest statement.
Oh my God.
Of the century. I don't know if anybody has topped that one. That was
like,
and
you
that
don't
was
want the government, you don't want the U.S. government in your business. Move to another country.
That's about
and don't come back. Like, I don't know what you're expecting because you need work. Unless you're gonna get paid on your table, you need identification and all the other things. And you're catching flights. You're good. You know, you have a license. You have a car. The government knows who and where you are. Like,
not only did you have a license in Virginia, you had a license in Boston, in Massachusetts. Bro, so
that was a time.
So somebody knows you. 2 different states know you, and the government.
I can't even drink my coffee because it just doesn't make sense.
Man,
guys.
it's crazy.
Make it make sense. I can't. Oh man, and another complaint that people, in regards to a job, it's like you'll be on a job, and I've actually been guilty of this, so I have hence like I've stopped complaining about my job because you know what, I'm using it for the vehicle that it is, and so that's my business money, that's my capital, so that's my health insurance right now, so. That's what my job is right now.
Yeah.
But some people will be on a job on the job longer than me and still be complaining, oh my God, you know, that so-and-so did this and I hate them as a manager and I hate them as a supervisor. And I'm just like, well then leave. Like, especially the ones that are of retirement age and have the years to retire. I wouldn't be there. If I was complaining as much as they were, I would have peaced out, dropped the mic a long time ago. Bye. It's like, so you must love the job. There's something about the job that this is your life and you love it. Because why would you keep coming in every day?
Yeah.
You keep coming in. And then over here, don't even want to do remote work because we're allowed to do telework, right? Won't even be like, oh, no, I'm going to come into the office 5 days a week. Okay, well, good for you. But you know you only have to do 50% or 51% in the office. And the other part you could do at home. No, I'm going to come in the office. It's like, well, then stop complaining about you having to do mail and you having to, be the office person doing in-office functions because other people aren't there. Well, yeah, because they're taking advantage of the telework schedule.
Yeah.
But you don't want to, but then you're going to complain. Make different choices. Like, I feel like that's the theme of on the opposite side of complaining is make different choices. Like, what do you want to do?
That actually sounds like our parents' generation. Because that's all they did was complain about their job, but they never wanted to make a change.
Never, yeah, and just seek out something. Like, especially moving forward, like, you don't like the money that you're making at where you are. You don't like having to be held accountable to, oh, I gotta tell somebody my comings and goings, when I'm gonna be here, when I'm not gonna be here. I gotta ask permission. I think when I realized I love teleworking because it gave me flexibility in my schedule, because I started to get tired, and it came at the right time, because I started to get tired of having to ask permission for things. Like as an adult, it started to get uncomfortable. Like, dang, I gotta ask permission. Like, please, can I do this? And please, can I do that? And, oh, well, I just took an extra long lunch. It's like, no. Like with telework, my lunch is a little long, but guess what? I make up those hours because I could work at night, right? Like I'm not so structured to where I have to work the 8 to 5. Like I could break it up. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, it's like they don't make the choice to change their situation or let the situation like fit within their schedule. They just want to complain and complain and complain. And it's like, if you're mad, if you're like, change it. Like, don't, like, my energy is, don't complain to me unless you're going to make some moves to change it. Like, if you're just using me as a sounding board and you just want to, kind of vent, like, I'll give you one vent session. But the second time around, it's like, okay, so what are you going to do? What action are we going to take today?
Yeah.
You know, because if you want to change it, then at least you got to start taking the steps, or at least doing the research to change your situation.
You know what's crazy? When I was doing security, there was a vast majority of us that were, we're in our 20s. And so a lot of people that were doing security were doing other, they were going to USC, UCLA. Like, they were doing other stuff because there was flexibility in security. So you're just doing the security for the money. You're not really security. You know what I mean? Especially where we were at the daggone museum. You ain't securing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, if you steal any of those paintings, you can't sell them because they're virtually valueless. Even though it'll have the value on it. Oh, this is $17 million. It's $0. Because you can't sell it anywhere. It's on a list.
It's on a, yeah.
So you can't sell it. You know what I mean? But anyway.
Yeah, it's flagged.
Yeah, so it's flagged. But anyway, I digress. There was a couple of older ladies there. And they would always be, oh my God, this job is so stupid. And these ladies, mind you, at the time, like I said, we were in our 20s. These ladies were probably mid-50s. And they were always complaining, this job is so stupid, this, that, and the third. And there was one lady, this black lady, she already did her time in her career. She just needed something to do. And she was the same age, just light-skinned black lady from Victorville. Mm-hmm. She would get a car pulled down, and she would sit at the front desk. And the other lady came in and was complaining about the job. And we're just sitting there listening to her, and then she walks off. And the lady from Victorville was like, some people just love to complain. She was like, why do you even work here if you're going to complain? There's so many jobs in the city of Los Angeles that you could just go and do. She was like, my daughter just got a cooking job. Like, go cook. Go do something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was like, you up here. She said, the only reason why I'm up here with all you young 20-year-olds is because this is just something for me to do.
Oh.
She was like, and when you guys come in here and you guys see me, because I'm at the front desk, you see that I'm always happy. That's probably why I know 75% of you guys, because you guys come in here and talk to me. I was like, well, yeah, I mean, and you always have gum, so Cassie.
That's good.
That one old lady that always has something in her purse.
Yeah.
Maybe has some gum or some mint. So she
got the candy that ain't got no name on it. It's just like it looks like a strawberry, but you don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She always has something. And so all
the butterscotch.
So all the kids would always, it was, all of us kids would go by and talk to her.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming when she said my daughter, I'm assuming her daughter was probably our age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think
so she was just having fun being around youth. She didn't need the job. She just wanted to do something.
Yeah.
But then you had the other ladies that was her age just complaining about the job, and she's just like, go find something else to do. Like, why are you here?
Yeah, like, you know what? It's funny because, I feel like generation plays a big role in that, but also some of the older folks that complain about younger people are the ones that raise those people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because if you're in your 40s and you have a 20-something-year-old, that's your kid, right?
Technically.
Like, or if you're 50, you have someone that's 25. You're 50, your kid's 25. You had them at 25, but you're complaining, your generation's so this and your well, guess what? You raised that motherfucker. Like... What? Like,
what about you?
How are you complaining about that?
You ain't shit.
Yeah, like clearly you didn't step in and fix their behavior when they were little, and now they're spoiled, entitled 25-year-old, which I feel like our whole country is very entitled. That's why most people in other countries hate us, but
Yeah.
because we're just we're a country of entitlement.
Want to do this soft parenting. I don't know who came up with
Not
that.
the gentle, not the gentle parenting.
I don't know who came up with that term. That term is still taking me for a roller coaster ride.
Still feels like the 7th place trophies and like everybody participated. There's no real winner. Well, that's not the real world. Like we're in a capitalist country. If you're in the United States, our country thrives on capitalism, which is there are clear people with money and there are clear people without money, and there's a system to it. So that means there are winners and losers. Yeah,
and when we got our behind kicked in baseball, we got our behind kicked. But you best believe the next year we came back and kicked their behind.
Man.
But if everybody gets a trophy, there's no willingness to...
Yeah, like what's the point? I'm still going to get a trophy. Why do I got to run it first?
I'll just be third.
If we're not keeping score, what's the point in running it first and running all the way around the bases?
Yeah.
Like, I used to hate that when the kids were playing baseball. It's like, wait, we're not keeping score? Or there's no winner? I was so confused. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, because when you watch it on TV, there's a winner. There's a clear winner and loser, right?
There was a dad that figured that out in like the 5th inning or something. It was like in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody take off so daggone. He walked so quickly to his car like it was an emergency. Jumped in the car and left.
Man. Yeah, because who wants to watch that? I mean, I was out there for the kids that, like, support our kids and the kids that didn't have their parents there.
Yeah.
I felt like that was my job because there was a lot of kids like that. But I could understand not watching because it's like...
Like, can you imagine you're there rooting? Oh, my God, yeah, score. And then you're just like, well, what's the score? We don't know.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know? Like, I just saw 3 kids score. And then 2 from the other team. I know that's at least 3-2, but the other daggone innings had scores too. So what's the score?
You know what I started keeping track of? Because they had the 5-run rule. I think for Kenny's age, they had a 5-run rule. So it's like if you got 5 runs and the inning was over and it switched sides. Mm-hmm. So if we did that every inning, I knew we were killing it.
Yeah.
And if the other team wasn't doing that, then it's like, oh, they're losing. I'd hate to be like that, but it's like, oh, we kept getting the 5-run rule every inning, so it was just like, oh yeah, we're killing it. Like, we're good.
That's 5 change. You're like, wait a minute.
Like that was
we at least got 15.
I mean,
y'all little 6.
I get focusing on the fundamentals, but with baseball, that I guess because we are baseball parents, like we like baseball, we played baseball, so it's kind of like it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch that. I'm just like, come on, guys, like really.
Oh my God! Or how about this as a complaint? You take yourself out to another state. And then you complain the whole time about that state. Oh, this state sucks. I don't like this state. The place that I live, oh my God, there's no jobs here. Oh, well, why don't you move? Oh, well, I can't move because my kids are in high school. Oh, okay. So we run with that idea for 3 years. Your kids graduate. Now your kids are 21, 22, and you still say the same thing. Oh my God, this place sucks. This city sucks. This state sucks, whatever. Well, why don't you move?
Crickets.
I don't have enough money to move. Well, what if we could help you fund a move? I don't know if that's going to work because I'm not trying to really be like...
Come on now.
I mean...
Who are we?
I just don't want to live here anymore. Okay, well, we can help you move. Well, that's like, dude, shut up.
Like...
You just want to complain for the attention because now that your kids are out of school because they're twins. So, now that they're out of school... you don't ever want to leave the state because you're comfortable there. But you're first of all, you're comfortable there in a cheap location, and you're comfortable with the mediocre job that you got, and you're comfortable complaining.
Yeah. You must enjoy not having money.
I don't want to hear you complaining, and oh my God, these young people, they got me running around with these young people. You decided to take that job.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn.
Like, it's just...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. If you're over the age of 40 and you're working at a fast food restaurant and you're not the manager...
Like, there comes a point where I just... No, like, that's your choice. Like, people need to... I think it kind of goes back to our accountability episode. Like, it's like, take accountability for your choices. The life you have is a result of the choices you have made. Right? Because if you stay diligent in making choices to better your life will get better. Granted, there are things that just, like, freak accidents, car accidents, whatever, surgeries, illnesses that happen that kind of derail you a little bit, but you have to stay diligent in those choices towards having a better life. And how do you envision your life? If you don't have something, most likely it's because you're not taking the steps to do it. You know, and you have to look inward and put a mirror up to, like, you should complain into a mirror. Don't call me or him or his mom or whoever. Like, put a mirror up to you and complain to the mirror and think about what the hell you're saying. Or write it down. Or, you know what? Get your phone out, take a video, voice memo, whatever. Complain, and then play it back for yourself and see how you sound. Yeah.
You sound fucking crazy. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, I do get tired of it, but I think the reason why our family has listened to it for so long is because of the upbringing. As I just thought about that right now. Like, being the last child of 7, your parents retired. You know, like...
Being the youngest, and your parent is done raised 6 other people. He and she are tired. They're now divorced. It was just a whole thing. Yeah.
So
I mean,
So you were able to just kind of run around and raise yourself, so to speak. And, you know, raise yourself in the daggone 80s. I don't know what the 80s was like growing up, but
I think it's also the time you live into, because I'm the youngest of my family, but at the same time, I always looked at what my other siblings were doing, and I would hear what my parents would say about them, you know, negative or positive, and that's how I determined what I was going to do. It's like, okay, my mom's complaining about my brother. She doesn't like him doing X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to do that, you know? So I think for me, that kind of gave me my push to do the things that I was doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, when I made choices that maybe my parents weren't expecting or didn't want for me, and especially now, like, I'm making choices of what I want, what I see for my life, and not including my parents' feelings in that. No disrespect to them, but it's just like, it's my life, it's my family. I have to make choices for me. It's like, I can't complain that something's not happening, because it's like, my kids are dependent on me.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, I would think just the presence of your child should be motivation enough for you to change. You know? It's like, especially if you're homeless, or if you're, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you had something before, and then you hit rock bottom. No. Well, now, what do they say? Now the only way you have is up. You hit rock bottom now, you know, there's a lot of room to go up. So it's like, go up, make different choices. Assess what you've been doing in the past and what you complain about, and maybe just do like itemize your life, you know, audit your life. What is bringing me joy right now? What is not bringing me joy? Yeah. Why do I keep doing these certain habits that don't bring me joy? or make me happy or make me feel crappy. For me, drinking's one of them. I don't drink as much as I used to because, you know, I got tired of feeling crappy the next morning. But it's like, oh, you know what I could do? Choose not to drink as much as I was drinking. And once I started doing that, I was like, oh, I feel better. Okay, yeah, I could have like one glass here, one glass there. But it's like, I wasn't trying to freaking finish a bottle or let me have 2 cocktails. It's like, sometimes you just want to drink to like take the edge off, but you don't want to get drunk. And then the next thing you know, you are drunk and then you feel like crap the next morning. Oh man. Especially as you get older, like your body's like, girl, you know you weren't supposed to drink all that yesterday.
You bugging.
What you doing, girl?
You need to treat your body like it's 15 again.
I mean, I just feel like, yeah, that was our rant on complaining, because it really, I forgot what I heard yesterday, and it was the other day, and it was just like, it's like you must enjoy complaining, you must love it, like you're obsessed with it, you're like, there's an obsession or some kind of like heightened sense of good feeling that you get from complaining. It just has to be, because why would you do it? It don't make sense.
No, they don't.
Well, thank you for listening to our
Jesus Christ.
Our 5K podcast,
and
you
my
know,
back crack because
we gotta take a water break. But we'll be back and record another episode, and we will see you in the next one.
Later.